Hi, I'm Tony Kambick, Temporary Power Product Manager for Southwire, here to talk to you about our temporary power product offerings for large construction sites. Now, if you've watched our earlier videos, we talk about how we take a commercial or a residential electrical system in a distribution grid, and we basically mimic the same situation with temporary power boxes, cables, and carts. In this video, we're going to specifically more talk about the larger setups. That would be with the larger temp boxes and the temporary power carts. Now, in any situation, what you usually have is a temporary generator or a temporary power pole that is basically has a connection point that's larger than what the receptacles are able to do. In this case, in this generator, if you're trying to get 200 or 300 amps out of this generator, you're not going to be able to do it using the receptacles here, or if you did, they'd be all over the front of this thing. So in most cases, what you're going to find is you're going to find either what are called cam lock connectors, or you're going to find a lug where you can connect that higher amperage service to enable you to bring service to those higher amperage boxes and distribute the power down. Now, cam lock connectors are single pole devices versus these multi-pole devices where everything is in one jacket. In a single pole device, I have one connection point from end to end that's usually either for ground, neutral, or any of the hots. Now, when I connect them, I'm going to connect my ground first, followed by my neutral and my three legs. Now that these cables are connected, this is a 200 amp service that we could turn this generator on and distribute that 200 amps down the stream. Now, the first box at the end of the line that we have with these cam locks is our 200 amp distribution box, the 6606 GUSF 256. This box is basically mimicking a substation in your neighborhood. It's taking that 200 amp input on these cam locks, and you see we have circuit breakers again underneath the lid to protect that wire and protect that equipment at 50 amps. Now, if you've watched our earlier videos, pretty much from here on, we're just going to connect our temporary power boxes. Here I have that 50 amp cable. I'm going to connect it to one of these 50 amp receptacles. Now, this 200 amp power distribution center is actually capable of up to 6 50 amp outputs. That means you could have 6 runs down to your temporary power boxes, all from the same device. Now, again, you want to make sure that you're staying within that 300-foot rule from your power source, or that you're having an electrician calculate voltage drop, as different size generators will output different amperages. Now, lastly, on your largest commercial and industrial jobs, you might not find your generators running at 122.08 volts. You might find them running at a higher voltage, 480. In this case, this is where our temporary power carts come in. What our temporary power carts enable a user to do is take that higher amperage service and that higher voltage service, usually again at 480, but it could be 600, and step that down via a transformer to something you can use. In this case, a 122.08 volt service. So this panel here is basically the same as the stainless steel box on the ground. So instead of connecting to this, if my cart were connected to the generator, I could connect this wiring device right here, and I'd have the same access to that temporary power system downstream. So here inside of these stainless steel panels, we have the 50 amp circuit breakers that provide that overcurrent protection, as well as 20 amp circuit breakers for some convenience receptacles that include that GFCI mandated by OSHA. These temporary power carts are all made in the United States, and while we do have standard offerings, we can customize them to different wiring devices or different setups depending upon your contractor's need, both for 122.08 volt breakers as well as 480 volt breakers. Thank you for watching our video on temporary power setups. For more information, please visit our website, southwire.com, and click on the temporary power product page.